Good day to all our viewers at Embassy Direct. Today, we continue with our interviews to members of our network. Today, with the pleasure company of the head of non-resident and embassy banking of Nedbank, Ms. Elelwani Pandelani. How are you, ma'am?
I'm very well, and you, Rodrigo?
A pleasure to have you here with us and to share some of your interesting insights.
Thank you.
Tell us, Elelwani, how long have you been with Nedbank? What is how's your role developed? Tell us about your day by day.
Thanks. Thanks, Rodrigo. I sometimes actually shy away from telling people how long I've been with Nedbank because it feels like I've got an asset number. So I'm 24 years in service with Nedbank. I have been in various roles within retail and business banking segment. In the current role, I assumed head non-resident and embassy banking in 2016 June. So I've been with this business for quite a while. I've seen the growth and the evolution that has been presented over the past few years, and I'm excited in terms of where we find ourselves today, particularly when I look at our client value proposition in terms of what we've got in place for Embassy Direct members and their clients.
Nedbank has been one of the faithful, loyal members of Embassy Direct. What made Nedbank come on board, trust us?
I think it's a no-brainer, Rodrigo. If I look at Embassy Direct business ethos and what you stand for as a brand, it was not even something that I hesitated to make a call to say, this is a partner that we would like to partner with on a long-term relationship basis, if I can call it that way, because the synergy that exists between your clientele and the clientele that we are hoping to attract is aligned. And if I look at our client value proposition, it meets the needs of a client that would be associated with your brand. If I can give an example, if you've got an ambassador who is appointed and is new in the country, we've got a full range of services and products to cater for his transition into SA to a point where he's fully settled as an ambassador in terms of the juristic entity and as for his personal interest. That's getting him settled with a loan to cover the residence, the car if needed, and partnering with some of your members to make that a reality.
And tell us, in your past experience with heads of mission and diplomats, how has it been? What is the day by day with them?
To be honest, I think we have a better market share, if I can put it that, better and not best, because I would like to dominate as Nedbank as a brand. I would love to dominate this market, but it's a very diverse market with very high caliber needs, if I can put it that way. And it's a very small community where you've got to develop trust amongst the diplomatic corps in terms of what you say you stand for relative to what you deliver. So in my dealings with members of the diplomatic corps that I've certainly engaged with, I've taken quite a lot of learning through feedback. For those who are currently banking with us, they continuously give us feedback in terms of what can be improved. And that's the evolution process that I spoke about. If you had a chance to engage this business in 2016 and have to engage it now in 2021, you would experience a very different client experience. And which is why we make it our business to understand and listen to what the customer is telling us and deliver according to that.
So Nedbank is basically our financing and banking partner within the network of Embassy Direct. As you know, we have insurance companies, we have real estate agents, we have vehicle and so many other services. How do you see Nedbank interacting with all those other members?
So this is a very interesting opportunity that I've just recently latched on through your assistance as Embassy Direct. Because if I look at the ecosystem of this clientele that we are yearning to onboard, he does not only have, or he or she, because we've got female ambassadors as well, they don't just need a financial partner. They need a holistic solution that would cater for their needs for their stay in SA. So if I look at how I am currently and plan to grow in that regard, in terms of how I partner with other members, it needs to be a two-way factor, where if I come across a client who's in need of a vehicle, for instance, I need to tap into currently Mercedes-Benz and say, I've got a client who needs a vehicle. I'll do the vehicle finance. Can you find him a car? Likewise, if I've got a client who's buying a property, that client is going to need furniture. He's going to need interior services for the property. And we've got members within that platform that can assist with that area of need, which is not necessarily my speciality. So that is how I see Nedbank playing a pivotal role, where from a lead generation point of view, we're just not relying on Embassy Direct to feed us with leads. We will also be feeding the holistic membership with leads of clients that we have onboarded, obviously taking into account the POPI parameters, which governs sharing of information and so forth. You need to get the client's permission to be able to do so.
The past 18 months have been challenging ones all over the world, and South Africa has had its share. Could you give us some motivational words from your side for all of our viewers at Embassy Direct? Are we frozen? Okay. Okay. Hello.
I'm here, sorry, I was muted.
I think her Wi-Fi failed at the end.
Oh, it's okay. At least we got the first bot. She hasn't tried to rejoin yet.
Okay, let's see if she tries to rejoin, and then what we can we patch that last thing? Should I ask the question again?
Yeah, we just yeah. Hi.
Sorry, my connection dropped.
No problem. What we're gonna do is Rodrigo's just gonna have a few seconds of silence, and then he's gonna re-ask the last question, and then we'll just edit it together.
Thank you.
No problem. Whenever you're ready, Rodrigo.
I'm ready, thanks.
The last 18 months have been challenging ones, not only for the world, but for South Africa. Elelwani, do you want to share any motivational words with our viewers at Embassy Direct?
Absolutely. I'm not one to blow my own horn, but I do really believe that as Nedbank, we've heeded the national call to assist holistically. And if I look at the work that we have done from a community advancement point of view, let alone looking at just the business part, we have responded to the president's call when he asked for private sector to come on board and assist families and small businesses that are struggling as a result of the impact of COVID, which is, as you know, a national pandemic. And if I look at how the Nedbank, particularly small business services, responded in terms of mediating and assisting businesses to still function by ensuring that we don't contribute to the closure of only any small businesses, as we understand that small businesses are the biggest job creators in South Africa. And if we don't play a role in resuscitating that market, we're going to end up with economic structures that would not support the growth that is required. So I'm quite pleased and proud to be a Nedbanker at this point, if I reflect at the journey that we have traveled in terms of responding to the need of the community, to the need of the businesses, particularly small businesses, and the funding that we have extended to ensure that businesses stay afloat. So it has been a positive journey, although the conditions have not been as such. Thank you, Rodrigo.
Elelwani, we would like to thank you and Nedbank for joining us today on this interview, and we wish you well and hope that we continue this long-term relationship more.
I have no doubt, and I'm equally excited and looking forward to a long-lasting and mutual beneficial relationship. Thank you for your time, Rodrigo, and to the fellow members as well. Thank you.